When I was just a boy, I had some pretty intense dreams, but they weren't all about boogeymen. In my happy dreams, I could drive cool cars and go on dates and do all kinds of things that seemed impossible at the time. But my favorite recurring dream was that I could ride Evel Knievel-style wheelies for as long as I wanted. Hands down, that was the best dream ever. Of course, before long I'd learn to drive, and I'd even go on dates. But that wheelie dream was still just a dream for another 40 years, until one day, I put it to rest. I don't really know why I had such vivid dreams about doing wheelies, except that it wasn't something I was allowed to do. When I was a kid, I don't want to say I led a sheltered life, but my parents were definitely not into me getting hurt. Dirt bikes or anything motorized like that was kind of off limits to me as a kid. So I think just the allure of doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing, I could do it in my dreams, was kind of cool. That's probably why I kept having this dream, is because there was this fantastic kind of nature to being able to do a wheelie, or even ride a mini bike for that matter. I watched guys be able to do wheelies and thought that was still the coolest thing ever. It's like it never clicked that I could, at 47 years old, just go ahead and learn how to do it. I think what I've kind of learned lately is just accepting that I can do that if I want to. Maybe there's a consequence or maybe there's a trade-off, but if it's something that you're interested in and you wanted to do it, then just do it, you know? I think Nike once said that, the Greek god Nike.
John bought this CT70, in pretty rough condition, and then there was another one that we had that was totally rusted out. So we had a couple motors, couple frames, couple front ends, and we just started kind of messing around. We had most of the parts here to piece one together, so we started kind of just getting one running, and we realized that CT70, it is the best bike for wheeling. None of us knew how to do wheelies, so I learned about them when I started working for John at Classified Moto. And one day, while I was working, he decided to have a little break and have a wheelie session. And I was pretty scared, but that was my my first encounter with wheelies, and the rest of it is history. As soon as you pass the first step of just getting the front end up, and bring it back down, then you're trying to get to, riding a wheelie longer. So then you have to come up with different ways to trick your mind into keeping that wheel up as long as you can. So we start riding X's on the ground, so we go from one point to another, so you just focusing on those X's on the ground instead of getting all scared about falling off the bike.
No, what do you mean whiskey throttle? What are you talking about?
Whiskey throttle, you've done it out here before.
A little bit. Oh, yeah.
Junior is the motorcycle that we're talking about in this issue. It's not an issue. It's not a magazine. Junior is the name that we gave to the little CT70 that we built a while back. It's Frank Jr., and Frank is the speed triple that we built for Rebel Yell Bourbon that we featured in the last episode. It's got a lot of cues of a classified bike, like the gold forks and sort of knobby-ish tires. We're always on it, so we figured we might as well have it look like a classified bike if it was going to get so much coverage.
So the cool features on this bike is the inverted forks is the front end. It has anodized gold to match other bikes. It has pro taper handlebars. It has modified seats, rear upholstered. It has a quick release so you can fuel up pretty quick, service your battery. It has stainless muffler on it, and the frame is stripped, so there's no paint on it. So that definitely makes it classified.
When I try for you. When I lie, it's not to you. 'Cause you know there's nothing I would do to be the one who comes back home to you. When I dream of you. I wanna hang out, have fun with you. 'Cause you know there's nothing we could do. You and I will always see it through. Now that we found each other, I am home, 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 home. Now that we got each other, we are home, home, home,
I think the scariest dreams that I remember is when, especially when you have a fever and you're sick and you have some wicked dreams. I remember everything's like levitating in my room. I had this possessed feeling like the whole place is haunted and all the furniture just floating up, up, up. And it's just freaky as hell. And then you wake up, you notice that your blanket is, you know.
When I was a kid, I would dream that I could jump really high, like the $6 Million Man. I don't know if most people are too young to remember that, but he was a bionic man, half machine. He could run really fast. He could jump really high. I'd wake up kind of tired from doing all that work, but that was a good one. Just living your life, or especially running a business, you got a finite amount of resources, things like time and money. But another resource that you have to manage is just your own sanity and your own well-being. And if you don't try to actively protect it, then you'll just lose it. It's like drinking something when you're thirsty. So sometimes these things that you do that don't make sense on paper, actually help you get to the next level, you know? And for me, that little stuff is like, I don't see the point of being in this business and building motorcycles and stuff like that if you never get to have any fun with it. So, on to the next trick.
So our videographer Matt, he's just learning how to do wheelies. He's definitely a beginner. I can whoop his ass.